How you doing? Thank you very much for joining me. This is Hybridsteel. Today we're actually back into Hydroneer. Reason why is because I said I wouldn't come back until it was at least 2.0. Turns out that, well, 1.7, you're seeing this now, is out. Now I know this isn't quite 2.0, but the updates are quite significant. So, let's get into it now. First off, let me go back to the main page and then we'll have a natter. Alright, as you can see right here, creative mode. Oh yes. So basically this has been added into the game because obviously in 2.0 creative mode is going to be a thing. I think what they're trying to do now is we're actually going to be testing creative mode for them. So if there's any bugs, bits and pieces, we as a community, we can all get together, knock our heads together and say, we got this problem, this problem, this problem. We can actually try bug fixing it. Well, the community people would try bug fixing it. We'll be the ones trying to find the problems. All good. Now, don't push this button. If you've built something and you push this button, your whole world resets. So my advice is go into your save files and bits and pieces, find your creative file, and then sort of, if you're going to keep it, chuck it in another folder and just call it like creative 1 giant build, that sort of thing. Now obviously it's not as good as it should be in 2.0, but you know, with the optimization that came out a little while ago, it's actually not that bad. Alright, so what do the Hydroneer gods give us in patch notes? This is a big thing. So 1.7, 5th of November 2021. By the way, today is like the 2nd of November, so I got this a couple of days early just to see what's new, make this video, you know, make people aware that this is actually happening. So new features, creative mode, we've been over that. Ability to steal any item, just like Josh from Let's Game It Out. Creative 1 duplicates and destroys any item. F7 mod. Gravity tool, pick up and throw any item. I think we'll be playing with that. Flight cap. Enable flight with a fancy hat. Oh, that sounds beautiful. I need a new hat as well. I mean, yeah, I need a new one. Hourglass changes and pauses time. Yes. Oh, without using a mod. Fantastic. Onyx, super rare gem that has 0.1% spawn chance, includes uncut onyx, compressed onyx, onyx ring, and onyx necklace. I'll get into that in a minute because that's a pain. Fishing expansion, new unlockable fishing rods, wide variety of fish to catch, sell and trade 4 new rods, update fishing pod. Ooh, new pod. New fishing, no rod rack with storing rods. Fish cooking. Use a small furnace to cook fish to increase their value. Be careful not to burn them. I'm not a 3-star cook, so that ain't gonna happen. Changes. Mining helmet now turns on automatically when worn, turns off when removed. That's good. Vehicles have empty fuel tanks, sound when empty. Interesting. Old fishing rod, fish and boots have been removed. Well, I beg to differ. Fixes. Logic smelter, no rand. Okay, cool. So, let's get into creative mode now. Now, because it was a big update, and they even put a giant sign in for us, let's go and have a check on the fishing side of things, shall we? Ew, look at this. Look, fish are up. This, if you haven't been around here, ever, there's a shop here. It's been here since about 1.5, I think. And it used to just sell bits, you know, fixie bits, spanner bits, and filter bits. And now it sells my first fishing rod, which is good, the rod rack, and a fishing pot, like the one we saw by the thing. All good. So you can still come fishing here. You can go fishing in the little pond if you're really on. Or you can come round here and fish! Fish! There's lots of fish now. There's lots and lots of fish. So we have got ourselves a mackerel. We've got ourselves a boot. You know when it said there was no boots? Guess what I found in the river? I found a boot. Then we've got sardines. That is a giant sardine. Then we've got a flying fish. Then we've got cod. And we've got tuna. Now, I'm not sure how I caught this in the river. It might have got lost. I don't know. But it's massive. So what I want to do really at some point is I want to do like all comparing of fish. I'll probably run through that at some point. Stay in your pot. There we go. And then over here we've got herring. And we've got our puffer fish. Which looks like a stone without a head. Which is funny as that. So this is the new fishing rod. Yay! There we go. Look, so back to basics when it comes to fishing. Gives it 3 nods, then it bites, and we just pull a fish. Put it, fish on. I found a prawn. So prawns go in here. And I got a new fishing rod. Oh yeah! There we go. Look at that cast distance. That was just perfection. By the way, I didn't know I was going to catch that. That's cool though. See? We get new fishing rods. Excellent. So that's a sardine. So sardines go there. So yeah, there we go. We've got lots and lots of different fish. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to sacrifice one because we're going to attempt to cook it. Oh, and I'll talk about that in a minute. Alright, so at the moment this fish costs 3 coin. Alright. Let's go and try and cook it. So actually, before it gets too dark, I want to show you this. How to pause time. So the hourglass is now pausing time. Now I can pull time back to midday. The reason why I like midday is it looks much brighter for videos. Where'd I put my fish? Oh no. Ah, there it is. I found the fish. Right, let's go and try and cook this because I haven't tried this yet. Is it cooking? It doesn't look any different. Maybe we got to put it in a crucible. I don't know if this is cooked. So, if it's cooked, apparently it's worth more. Let's go and check. Alright, it's still worth 3. I mean, it looks different. I suppose the only way to really compare it is to see if it's like, if it looks different to the original. I just don't want to burn it. Oh. I don't know if that's cooked or burnt. Is it burnt? I think it looks burnt. Oh, floaty fish. It's not worth anything. That's burnt. 0.01 coins. Oh, yeah. Well, there we go. So that was a fail experiment. But as you've seen, I put another fish into it, and now the price is lower. So beware of the stock markets. They seem to be like quite more accurate this time. I put one in the river a little while ago. I don't know if it's probably caught something by now. There's a fishy in the pot. Oh, yeah. That is a sardine. Well, I suppose that's what the sardine used to look like. That's a cod. See, different size of fish now. We're all good. Now I'm going to show you a couple of things in the shop. Obviously we went over this first. This is the hourglass. This pauses time, shifts time, nifty little thing, and you don't have to take it anywhere. I mean, if you put it next to your builds, you can just pause time whenever, I suppose, which is a good thing. So if I click this, the shadows do start moving. If I click it again, that's pause time. Ideal for taking photos, looking at your builds, that sort of thing. And then we've got the magic wand. Right, the magic wand creates and destroys. Left click create, right click destroy. Left click create, right click destroy. Follow that? Yes. This is my favourite toy now, really is. And I feel like I'm a magician. Now is the gravity tool, or what I call the marshmallow on a stick. Now the marshmallow on a stick does have a reason for being here. Now what we'll do is we'll just take one of these and we'll abracadabra. And so that's why I call it the marshmallow on a stick, because it looks like one. But when you push left, when you left click, things start floating. You can wibble this around and it's all good, or you can shoot it straight up and then push right button. And that thing is sky high. And it'll bounce. How cool is this? I'm not sure what the real major purpose for this is, but I suppose like when multiplayer comes in 2.0, you could just shoot things across the map at each other. So you just aim at like 45 degrees and just right click. I mean, it goes quite far. And that's on top of that hill. That's pretty cool. And then obviously because this is creative mode, we can just take out something and we can just run off with it. Yeah, that's good. Yeah. There you go. So yeah, we can run off it. I'm not sure about selling things. I suppose we can try that over in Bridgeport, but I got to get to Bridgeport first. The downside to getting to Bridgeport is it's quite a long ways away from here. So I'm going to take the flying hat. Press Q. I'm wearing the flying hat. Hold down spacebar, and now I have free flight. Oh yes, I am now Mary feckin' Poppins, flying across the lands of Hydroneer, loving my new hat. Now, in order to get down, I can't remember what down is. But all I do is I just press Q, drop it, and then I just fall to the earth. And there's my hat. And it's all good. We got nothing really new in here as of. I mean, it's all pretty standard stuff with the my first fishing rods as well, and the fishing rod rack, so that's good. Now, if the fishing rod rack is anything to go by, there should be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Should be 8 fishing rods. All right. Now, the fishing rods, there is only one fishing exchange. So if you find a little shrimp like I did to get that new fishing rod, you have to go all the way back. So yeah, a little bit annoying. On the plus side though, we get a flying hat. And now I've got, as I said, I've got loads of these dotted around just in case I spawn up somewhere else. So we've got all our new stuff. Well, all the stuff we did have. And every single shop does have this new table. So you got your magic wands, your marshmallow on a stick, your flying hat, and your hourglass, and that's all good. New equipment wise, there isn't any. It's all basically standard. We're all good. Now the other thing I wanted to do quickly was just to test this. So we're going to go to the scrapyard. So we'll take this, plop it down, and then we'll push a button. 71 credit. There you go. You can make money. If you want a million, billion, gajillion, billion, all you have to do is just go and shoplift a load of stuff and then sell it. But what's the point of selling it when everything's free? Yeah? Cool. Right, let me just fly off to where I've been living for the last few days. Oh, yeah. Yeah. I bought all the trucks because everything's free and I just left them there and then they all spawned together. So that was fun. So let's fly. So the other thing you might notice, I've got to learn. C. C is declined. Okay, cool. Whoa. So as you can see, I haven't actually paid for South Hope. Plus, the reason why is because it's free. You don't have to pay for plots in creative mode. Oh yes, and this is where it gets more and more fun. I'm just going to drop myself off here. So the newest thing that was added in when it came to actual builds and stuff were these. All right. Now we're going to look at Onyx. Now first off, Onyx does look pretty. That black. I love this design. And I like the way it glints in the sun. Looks nice. And it's all good. The downside is when they say it's 0.1% chance of actually getting any. So, how much effort did I put in to getting one stone? Now these are duplicates. I used the magic wand to duplicate these to show you the different versions of this stone. This is the original. Okay, so I duplicated just to do this, but in order to get just one, I had to mine 4,338 bits just to get it, right? And I wasn't using my ram drills for this, even though I've got a ram drill setup. I wasn't using the ram drill setup. I was using this. I was using 10 Goliaths mining straight, just to try and get something, and it took a freaking age. All right, I've used this design many times to like mine stuff and like break, you know, monuments of money and so on and so forth before. So first off, it can be it'll collect in your compressor. So as it's a gem, this is the space where Onyx would go, and it's all. But like I said, for the amount of time that you're going to be like trying to find stuff, you're best off just not really worrying about it until you've got just a massive chunk. It's going to take you a really long time. It took me a really long time. But yeah, it looks nice. So the things you can make out of it are literally the ring and the necklace. They look cool. I like the design. Obviously this one's quite standard, but I actually do like the 3-tiered ring, which is pretty nifty. And it is pretty cool. There was an issue that I encroached with Onyx. Now, if this happens to anyone else, you have to report this onto the Discord. But what happens is that when you find a piece of Onyx, it stays in the compressor. And you compress it through, or you can take it out. I mean, you can take it out as a raw element like this. I put it on a monolith like this, and I was like, yeah, I've got a piece, it's all good. So, when I went to compress stuff, I actually found that my Onyx was inside the compressor, even though I'd put it over there, and it had compressed out as a gem. And I was like, oh no, I found a problem. I spoke to Itchy and Max about it. They didn't really understand what was going on because it's a bug. No one knows what was going on. And it turns out that the only way to fix it was to leave the game and come back, and then it recognises it as a single piece instead of just something that's in it. I think it's got something to do with, like, as soon as it lands in here, it feels like that's its That's its spawn point sort of thing, and it always comes back and it's like, well, that's not right. So I'm hoping by the time this video comes out that bug has been fixed and you're all good. If you do continue to have these problems, you know, chuck it up on Discord and let someone know, because if people are still having the problem, then it's still there. They can have a sort through it. But apart from that, I haven't had a problem apart from that. So yeah, nearly 4,500 items just to find one piece of Onyx. But is it worth it? I mean, this piece of Onyx here is worth 578 for a £3 piece, which isn't bad. Now, as a spun gem, this is using the wet wheel. So as this, it's worth 963. So that's not bad. And then as a compressed gem, obviously, compressed gem is going to be a little bit 770. I got to be honest, when it comes to Onyx, I'm liking the look of the actual gem instead of the compressed gem. Obviously, the compressed gem is, you know, that's going to be, everyone's going to be using compressed gems anyway, because it's just going to be mounting up. You pull the button, it's like, hey, I've got a compressed gem. But I suppose if you wanted just pure jewelry, I like the original stone. It is pretty cool, but obviously they go up to a certain size. So if you want big gems, compressed. If you want the original gem, I think Onyx is just, it's just a really cool stone. I like it. I'm a big fan of Onyx myself as an actual person. So, in conclusion, 1.7. Gonna be honest, I'm impressed. And the reason why I'm impressed is because it's changed. Change is good when it comes to a game like this, because at the end of the day, if it wasn't for change, the game would just still be in real early phase. When the game came out, it was early. It was very early. But over the time that I've been covering it, and over the time I've been watching this grow, I've become more and more impressed with the game. Yes, it still has issues. Will those issues be fixed? Yes. Going by what I've been talking to when it comes to the community and the people who are in there and the people who are running it and just everything in general, the community have got this game in hand. They know what they're up to now. They've got a plan. They've got a roadmap, and they know how they're going to be fixing it. Everything is now coming down to a point where 2.0 is getting ready to be, where it's being fixed, it's being debugged, and I'm excited about it. As a community, we still don't know when it's coming out. You know, it's been very, very quiet over there. But in fairness, they're doing the right thing. They're not giving us another exact date. They tried that. It didn't work too much because of the amount of work they had to do. But 1.7, if this is just a tiny taste of what's due to come out for 2.0, creative mode's going to be the place where we're all going to be hanging out, isn't it? You know, can you imagine you're going to have 4 people in this massive map messing around and playing about? I can't wait to start joining other people's lobbies and actually helping people. I think that Pimp My Plot may be coming back because I can jump into people's lobbies and actually help you live, which would be pretty cool. But I'm thinking that, you know, I want to spend some time building something monumental. I want to see how far I can push this game before it crashes. Now, I know other people do that, but not a lot of people have gone into the amount of detail that I have when it came to covering this game. And I feel that if I know anything about the game, I might be able to stop it crashing, but build something amazing at the same time. And that's not tooting my own horn. I just got a plan in my head of what I want to do, and I just want to do it because I think it will be big, and I think it'll be cool, and I'm looking forward to it. So yeah, 1.7 creative mode, new stuff, new fishing, excellent, new fishing stuff, new everything. And I've got to be honest, I'm even looking forward to doing the fishing stuff, earning new fishing rods. It's going to be class, man. And I'm looking forward to it. So thank you very much for kicking by. This has been Hybridsteel. If you have liked this video or anything I do on this channel, don't forget to hit that like, subscribe and notification button below for all other updates. I'll be back here with a brand new video, live stream or whatever else I do over here. Until then, thank you very much for kicking by. It means a lot. Peace out, have fun, enjoy everything you guys do. A kaboom! Fist bump to you.